Tosses, you don't throw it out. Solid. Oh, my, what?
I stick and move through the madness, bob and weave the negative, blocking out the haters. My meditation is medicine.
And round number 3 is underway.
What is good, boxing fans and gamers? It's your boy Fight Night Fun. It's the Sofa Commentator, back with another Fight Night Champion online ranked match. And in this matchup, I'm going up against a subscriber in DKP41. I'm using Emanuel Augustus. He's using Oscar De La Hoya. But today's Topical Wednesday, and from now on, this series will be changing on to Saturdays, where I discuss topics with 2 of my subscribers in Arachnid Soul and Perfected Chaos. Unfortunately, Perfected Chaos cannot join us on this episode, but he will be on next week's episode, so stay tuned for that. But I would like to introduce you guys, my boy Arachnid Soul. Say what's up to the people.
Hey, what's going on? By the way, I can't actually see the fight going on right now, but you say the one who's not De La Hoya?
Yeah, I'm a man, Augustus.
Oh, okay. I'm putting my money on De La Hoya then. All right, let's go.
Oh, that's messed up. It's getting started.
I'm just saying, I got a feeling about this.
Okay. Right. Let's go with that. You know, I can't believe I'm being counted out already. I know it's a subscriber and everything, but you know, you shouldn't count me out so early. I think I have a proven track record. Just saying. Just saying. But let's move on into today's topic. And what we're going to discuss today is paper champions. Now, I use the term paper champions because nowadays a lot of these guys who go for belts are just looking to march through weight classes. You know, it's sad to see that a championship belt doesn't have the same meaning that it used to as it did back in the day, where guys would try to hold on to their belts for as long as they possibly can. But nowadays, as soon as you win a fight or clear out everybody in your weight division, you clear it out and then you move on to the next one and just keep going up the scale until you reach a cap or wherever the better competition is. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of this comes from the fact that now everybody wants to be considered a legend when they retire, and they want to be the greatest of all time. And they miss the fact that you can do that by staying in one division, being the greatest in that division. They miss the fact that every belt, every championship belt in every weight class is as important as that counterpart championship in a higher weight class. So they think they gotta keep moving up and putting on muscle and, oh, I'm gonna win this belt and I'm gonna win the championship in every division. It's not necessary. It's about how long you hold on to a belt. It's about how many championship defenses you have rather than how many times you won championships.
Yeah, I think this kind of all started back with Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson. I mean, these guys are just dominating weight classes and just taking belts from everybody and anyone, and then they'll move up a weight class. You know, Jones Jr. from middleweight all the way up to light heavyweight. You know, just moving up and down the scale, taking all the belts in all the different divisions, whether it was WBC, IBF, WO, and just taking everything and he can get his hands on it, and never really holding on to that belt, you know, as a title defense, and just hold on to it for like those long reigns, like Jack Dempsey used to held on to his belt for 6 years. You know, you got all these guys, Muhammad Ali, nobody was able to beat him when he was in his prime. He held on for his belt for as long as he can. Joe Frazier tried to hold on for his belt for as long as he can. I understand it was good competition in those weight classes, but at the same time, people nowadays is like, they don't even care how long they have it for. It's how many I can collect at one time. And I don't know. I think part of the reason for that is, you know, look at Roy Jones Jr. and you see how some people say he didn't fight anybody. What do you think? Do you think it has to deal with the level of competition?
Well, I mean, there are some people that'll get out of a weight class because they do see somebody moving up and they think that person's going to drop them, and they're going to try to jump out of the weight class to duck that person. But like I said, I mean, I think it's about ego, and I think the emphasis is on the wrong things now. I mean, think back to all those great boxing movies you've seen, or all those Jean-Claude Van Damme fight movies. And there's that one, either that one guy who's really good or just a complete asshole. And the whole movie is building towards your hero is going to fight that guy. Same thing in Fight Night. You're building towards Isaac Frost. Now imagine if when Rocky gets into the movie, The guy who was the champion isn't the champion. The guy who's been hyped up as the champion the whole movie, he decided to jump ship. He's in a different weight class. Suppose Isaac Frost gets beat in the game, he loses the belt, and you're fighting some no-name guy. What do you think that does to the audience? What do you think that does to the sport? What do you think that does to the entertainment value? And it's one of the reasons that I think boxing's on the decline in terms of people watching it. People want that stone in every division who knocks out people, stays there, builds a legacy, and if he does finally lose that belt, I mean, it's huge.
What do you think the media's effect is on this? Because, I think the way social media goes nowadays has a huge effect on how belts and how long you stay in a weight classes. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, again, I mean, not only do the boxers think they've got to keep moving up and be paper champions to fulfill their egos, they do it for fans too. I mean, they're already thinking this stuff in their head, this generation, because hell, they're looking at the past generation. This is what the past generation did. So it's what they've seen before. It's what they know. They're already thinking about it. And then they've got all their followers and their subscribers online telling them, hey, kid, move up. So, yeah, I mean, it just puts more emphasis on the problem and people trying to jump weight class, being paper champions. Hell, some guys don't even stay in a weight class to become a paper champion or a champion. They start ducking people, and they hop out before they even climb to the top of the ladder.
That is very true. I think Andre Ward would be a prime example of that. I mean, everybody wants him to move up to the light heavyweight division. I think he should stay in the middleweight division and keep dominating the weight class and build his legacy in middleweight. I mean, you look at all the great fighters that have come from the middleweight division, and all of a sudden people are trying to push him out to go up to a higher weight class instead of staying in the division that he is. About ducking, though, I think that's a crucial point. Because you see, Floyd Mayweather say things about Manny Pacquiao being the catchweight king. You see, they talk about how Floyd is a ducker, how Floyd Mayweather doesn't really fight any real competition until they start getting old. They talk about the Ricky Hattons, the Oscar De La Hoyas, the Sugar Shane Mosleys. They just always picking at people for when they do go for the high level competition is when they do it. How, primes is another thing that comes to mind when you think about champions. Do you think that a champion can possibly recapture his championship belts nowadays without being in his prime?
Well, it depends how weak the division is. If he was a champion in a lower weight division who moved up to a higher weight, and he might not be in his prime anymore because he's just been collecting paychecks the past couple of years. He might even be a fighter who has purely been collecting paychecks and purely been taking bookings on the basis that he still has that name value, even though he knows and no one else knows he can win. But let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say he hopped out of the weight division. He's competed in a higher weight class. Either he realizes he's never going to win the championship in that weight class, or he realizes that his fans and the media and everyone appreciated him more in the lower weight class. He can go back to that weight class sometime and recapture that belt, even if he's not still in his prime.
Yeah, that is very true. I mean, if you look at how even Teddy Atlas talked about it on the game, how he doesn't like the fact that there's so many weight divisions with all these supers, and I forget the other part that's attached to it, but there's so many different weight classes. Like 160 should just be 160. Why did it have to be a 164? Just make it all in one weight class for everybody to fight in. I mean, it's not that hard to go up and down the scale in your career. If you're only going up like 4 or 2 pounds, like that's extremely easy for any boxer to be able to.
Well, I mean, the other thing, and I guess it's a different video, but when you have so many weight classes and they're separated by such a narrow margin, it takes away from a fighter's training, because the fighter also has to think about how much weight am I gaining, how much weight am I losing. He's got that weigh-in day, and he's got to think about, well, on weigh-in day I've got to be this weight, because if I'm 2 pounds heavier, I'm not going to make weight. So now does the fighter have to do things like dehydration? Is he going to go around all day, in a plastic jumpsuit? Is he spitting into a bucket all day? Is he doing any number of things that are unhealthy for a fighter, that are not just unhealthy but are taken away from his ability to compete at his fullest potential in the fight? And I think that's another topic.
Yeah, that's a topic for next video though, because unfortunately we are out of time and actually we ran over time. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, please hit that subscribe button. Leave some of your comments and thoughts in the comment section below. Leave some questions that you may have for Chaos or Arachnid. I'm sure either one of them will get back to you. This is your boy Fighting His Finest with Arachnid signing off.
Later.